Hello, everybody. Welcome back. What are you doing?
Stop. My
Ryan's camera's frozen again.
So,
What are you doing, Ryan?
Mate, f*** off.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the BSDF1 podcast with your host, Josh George, and all of my lovely friends who are joining me today. Josh Constant, say hello. Say something.
Hi.
Say something. There he is. There we go. Ryan Parker, the worst take man on the planet. And then our new guest, which everyone will be excited for, Leo. Say hello, Leo.
Hello.
Yo, there he is. There he is. There he is. So today we're going to be ranking all of the F1 22 grid in performance order. This is including qualifying. And wait, did Josh just drop off?
Looks like it.
No, carry on.
Are you back? Okay, good. We had a little slight technical issue there, but that's fine. So yeah, we're going to be doing qualifying performance included in their race performance. So these are everybody's overall performances on track, driving the car in anger, in rage and ferocity. All right. So we're going to start off. You three, have you done your tier lists already? You all done?
Yeah, I've done mine.
Yes, boys.
Nice, good. So we could actually, for a first time ever on this podcast, be ready to just jump straight into the main activity, which will be pretty fun. I think it's going to be it's going to be a good one. We're going to have some spicy opinions, probably from Josh, disagreeing with everybody to keep it as an absolute classic. Right, so let's get into this because this this podcast might be long. Video if you're watching on YouTube, obviously. Okay. So, first up, I'm just moving my screen over here. There we go. First up, we've got Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly. So, I'm going to go round. I'm going to ask I'm going to go round and ask where each person would rate him. So, was it a masterclass season, a very good season, a mid-season, a forgettable season, or was he an absolute donkey this season? So, let's go with Leo first. Where would you put Mr. Gazman? What would you reckon?
I've put him in mid, but that's
mid
genuinely because obviously he carried that whole AlphaTauri team, in my opinion. But
yeah,
what more can he do with the absolute dog of a car they had this year?
It was
so
terrible.
I mean, it was literally between good and mid, but it was more of a mid. Like if you compare it to the last couple seasons, yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. So we're going mid for Leo.
Yeah, but he finished off with what, 29 points.
Yeah, but like you said, the AlphaTauri was not really a point scorer, to be fair, was it? It was pretty terrible. Okay, so Leo is going to go with mid. Ryan boy, where are you going to put him?
I'll put him mid as well, to be fair.
Okay, nice.
Same reasons as Leo. Wasn't really up to what he could have done, but with the car they had, he done pretty well.
Okay, nice. Here we go. Josh, ready? He's going to put him in masterclass. Watch this. Here we go.
Josh will disagree with everything we've just said.
It's actually, I think he had a proper forgettable season. Last year,
okay.
Not this year. He had a massive year last year, whereas this year, yeah, I don't get what Leo's saying. Car was a dog, but I mean, it was a struggle to get points on most weekends. So for me, it's forgettable.
Yeah.
Honestly. And he's lucky to get a beat at Alpine, to be honest, only because he's French.
I mean, that isn't a luck. Well, I don't think I said that. Jeez. Okay.
We may need an edit.
Go on,
there.
Josh, what's yours? What do you think?
So I put Gasly in forgettable. Purely. Did I spell forgettable right? Actually, am I dumb? This looks wrong. Really quickly.
Let's ask Leo. Leo's the only one that goes to university, so Leo, double check.
We go to fake university.
I don't know. I can't.
Okay, no, it's right.
Move on.
Everything.
Oh no. Anyway, let's move on.
How to know we got dyslexia?
Yeah, the whole group it. Okay, so I put Gasly in forgettable. I think, you didn't see a lot of TV coverage of Gasly. There wasn't a lot of overtakes that we saw. Obviously, TV coverage can be a little bit whack anyway, the best of times. But I think you couldn't do anything. The AlphaTauri was such a bottom midfield car. It just didn't impress. There were probably a couple of scenarios through the whole season where he did something pretty incredible. Maybe, I don't know, I can't remember. Did he lose any wings this year? That's what he was good at. Oh, he nearly got killed by a tractor.
He nearly got killed, so that's
Well, he's got 10 penalty points as well, hasn't he?
Oh, he has.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone forgot about
I
that.
forgot about the 10 penalty
Was
points.
he getting a 2-race ban or a 1-race ban?
It'll be one race if he gets
One,
number
yeah.
2 points.
That could be. What about Leo Ryan? Do you reckon you drop him down after thinking about the penalty points and
No,
the
there's
lack of
only
points?
there's only so much you can do in that car. That AlphaTauri.
I would actually drop him down now that I've remembered the penalty points, purely for the fact of I think Pierre Gasly could do better. He can do better. He has done better.
Yeah,
I
agree.
It was a dog car, but there's a point to where you stop saying it was a dog car and it was just you had a terrible season.
Yeah, he made quite a lot of mistakes. Like I said, the penalty points clearly mean something. Okay, so that is in favour of a forgettable season, Mr. Pierre Gasly.
Actually, democracy works on this pod. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
To be fair, how it's going to happen? If it's a draw, I'm just going to flip a coin on Google. That's what's going to happen. That's where they go. That's if it's a draw. All right. Okay. Now, here we go.
Masterclass.
Sir
Masterclass.
Lewis Hamilton,
Masterclass.
who I don't know if you knew this, but Lewis Hamilton actually beat world champion Nico Rosberg in the same machinery, didn't he, Leo?
Are you talking about Nico Rosberg, the same guy who beat 7-time world champion Sir Lewis Hamilton?
Right.
The same guy that's also a YouTuber, isn't it?
Oh, the YouTuber, Greenpeace YouTuber, basically.
Didn't he also beat 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher as well?
Oh, in equal machinery.
In equal machinery as well, yeah.
Wait, does that mean Nico Rosberg, one-time world champion, has actually beaten 14 times world champions? Well, now that's a statistic I'd get behind. Right, so back on this. So, Sir Lewis, let's start with Leo, because we'll leave Josh till the last, because we know what's coming. So, Leo.
Disagreeing with everything we said.
I actually just put him in very good. Generally based off, because I'm actually purely basing it off the fact that Russell beat him this season, and
Very true.
so I mean, he got like what 9 podiums, and 5 of them was second places thing. So he did good in a really poor car, but at the same time, when you don't qualify out of what was it, Q1 out of Saudi,
Jeddah,
which was really poor. And then whilst your teammates qualifying like 5th and all that, I love Hamilton, but it wasn't his best season.
Yeah, no. So, very good for Leo. Ryan. R.A.P.
Yeah, no,
There he is, camera's back.
I'm back.
With his Santa Claus hat on. Literally looks like Santa.
I don't really know. I put him in masterclass, but I think that was just because I'm British and I'm biased.
You just dragged him there. Go.
I just instantly looked at him and just went, "Yep." But I do think he had a bit of an all right season, and for what Leo said about him beating Russell, I do believe that was down to the last race where he didn't actually finish.
Yeah.
So if he finished that, I feel like he might have finished in front of Russell. I don't know. I can't.
Let me have a look. I've got the stats right here.
I can't
Hold
remember
on.
the points off the top of my head. But
So-
for a 7 times world champion, he had a
Let me just pull the stats up
decent
real quick.
season. He had a decent season, but I do think he could have done better with a better car.
So,
For that, I will put him in very good.
very good. So he's in very good so far. Okay, now, Josh. JC.
Masterclass, simply because of that video he done in a R34.
Yeah, actually,
to be
That
fair,
video.
yeah, to be fair, that video was good. Although he may be getting reprimanded for that. So
Yeah, he's in trouble.
yeah, I heard that, yeah.
Because he's
he
in,
got in trouble in Melbourne a couple of years ago, or wherever it was in Australia.
He
so-
did donuts, didn't he?
yeah, he done donuts. Yeah, he got but he actually got
Burnout, that was
arrested at that point. So
Imagine that. Imagine how
Oh,
cringe
yeah,
you've got to be.
Don't do that. That's not very nice.
And then put him in. It's just cool, isn't it? It's just cool. Leave him
I
alone.
must have watched that video.
I
About
would, if that was my car, if that was my car and I saw Lewis ripping it around the streets of Japan, I'd just be like, okay, I've got something to show people that I'm proud of.
Imagine Lewis in a Fiesta. That'd be so good. I love just Lewis in Ryan's Fiesta.
Yeah, go on, mate.
So you've put him in where, Josh? Memes aside, where'd you put him?
Masterclass, obviously.
And is that any reasoning or just Lewis Hamilton?
Lewis Hamilton.
So I told you that was coming, didn't I literally said it was coming. I've put Lewis in very good as well on my list. Again, terrible start of the season, well uncharacteristic. Got beaten by a brand new teammate, George Russell.
I'm glad someone mentioned the bad start of the season though, because we may believe that it might have been him testing the car rather than the car being bad, because George was doing very well. He might have taken it on his back. It's quite, known that he took the team on his back to try something different. So, is that the car or is that the team or him? I don't know. But
I get it. I think if you sum up the performances, George was still beating him. Yeah, Lewis had that string in the European stretch where he just beat George hands down. There was a lot of scenarios. George then got into the little bit of bing bang boom bit where he just kept on hitting people. But I think a lot of that was blown out of proportion through Twitter. Like George would just close the gap a little bit and they'd be like, "Whoa, kill him, mate! Careful, Jesus, calm down, calm, George." But no, I think Lewis very good. All three of us have said very good, so he does drop to very good. No masterclasses yet. Right, moving on. Next driver, Sebastian. Wait, Sebastian? That's not Sebastian. Why was I going to?
That doesn't look like Sebastian Vettel to me, mate.
Well, he should be retired, so maybe he should be.
He's changed ethnicity.
Right, so Fernando Alonso, Leo.
Donkey.
Donkey.
Okay, also, just quickly.
Can I quickly
there is no
down on the Leo comment and say complete donkey on that one.
Just quick. To add to this, we cannot have any personality traits. So this is on pure driving performance alone. I have to put this asterisk in for a few drivers. There's a few drivers for this asterisk. You cannot put their personality. Imagine you've got no team radio and you just watch qualifying, turn the telly off, you watch the race, turn the telly off.
Donkey.
Fernando Alonso. There we go.
That being said, donkey.
Nice. Right, Leo, where we put him?
It's that bloody Cold War with Top Gear when Richard put the Porsche in the Sub-Zero.
Oh yeah,
he walked it all the way back down the other end.
No one can
if I'm doing it just off drive, I hate complimenting him. I would put it in.
No, to be fair, I think we just get on. Just say how it is.
Here we go. Disagreeing again.
With it. Look, Alonso.
He's a donkey. He shouldn't be an F1.
8 times or 9 times. He's an idiot. He thinks he's better than he is. Put him in donkey. Move on.
I back that. I 100%.
Yeah, I'm backing that 100%.
So I'd be the only voice of reason.
What are you going to say?
Voice of reason.
I'm going to put him in mid.
Move on.
No, I was going to put him in very good.
Ah, shut up.
What?
Get out.
Can you kick people out of this?
It's a message. Put something in the comments if you believe Fernando Alonso had a really good season. I think he had a good season. Get rid of his person. And Leo said, take this. Leo said, if I'm rating him on personality, he's a donkey. If not, I don't want to give him a compliment. That is literally what Leo said. All right. We've got that one. So, unfortunately...
We are doing personalities, so donkey, mate.
We're not doing personalities, because...
we are.
Well, unfortunately, 3 out of 4, he's a donkey, let's move on. Zhou Guan Yu, everyone. Who's...
Zhou Guan Yu. Guan Yu Zhou. Whatever way we say his name.
Guan Yu Zhou.
Or whatever Crofty decides on the minute, basically. Where do you want to put Zhou Guan Yu Zhou?
Forgettable.
Forgettable?
I think that's quite harsh. Yeah, I'd go forgettable because he just didn't do nothing. After he had a first good start of the season.
I was saying, this was his rookie season.
It is, but he had a good first couple of races.
Points on debut.
Yeah, but then just dropped from there. So I would go. You could argue mid, but
yeah,
so he did try and kill him.
Russell did try and kill him. So I was going to say mid. purely for the fact that he had a very good start to the season.
But he's a rookie.
Bit of a bad
We'll
end of the
judge him better
season.
next year.
He's a rookie. I'm not going to forget it, but I'm also probably not going to remember most of the races he was in. But I'm going to remember some of them because it was a rookie season.
On.
Yeah.
Name a race right now. Go.
Silverstone, he went upside down in the first corner.
Wait,
First time I've ever seen that.
race was it? Brilliant. I'm putting him forgettable. Oh wait, no, it's Josh's go. Sorry, because I just heard you say mid as well, but you wouldn't
Yeah, I
put
agree
him.
with Ryan's mid.
Mid.
I'll judge him next year.
So I put him in forgettable. So we go to the coin flip.
2 and 2.
Right. Favour of.
Can you just get a coin to do this?
No, because it's tech, Leo, and it's cool. Right. Oh, I like technology. Right, let's go. Forgettable tails.
And Josh
Mid
can just
heads.
keep pressing this until he's happy with the outcome.
Flip again. No, look, flip it. Tails. Forgettable. Moving on. Right.
Moving on.
Alexander Albon, Leo.
I've put him in very good
1. Okay.
because I expected him to have a dreadful season. I can't lie. I thought he was going to come back in, and we're just going to get proper 2020 Red Bull album.
Yeah.
He got 4 points, I think, and I mean in that car which Latifi said was undrivable. I think
Only he can make anything drivable.
I think he did very well because he only missed out. He missed out on quite a few points as well, finishing just below 10. So I think in that Williams, he's had a very good season.
Okay, nice. So very good. Ryan, what do you reckon?
Forgettable, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I can't really remember many of the races he was in. The only ones I can really remember are the ones where he saved his tyres for the entire race.
Score points on it though. I mean, that is
He scored a few points. Not
Wasn't-
really what I expected out of Albon.
In
to be
fact,
honest.
how many points did he score? Alex Albon
4.
scored 4 points in a Williams. He had 3 points finishes, so he scored in the points 3 times. Compared to his teammate, which only scored in the points once.
Yeah, but this is the guy that also said the car didn't stop on a corner where he didn't press the brakes. So
There. Josh?
That's a bit like that matches Ryan and sim racing, to be honest.
Literally does.
oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
And then
Josh, what do you reckon?
What my
Yeah,
take on Albon? Yeah, I think good, solid.
So he's
I don't know if he'd say very good, but mid is definitely the middle ground, so I go mid.
yeah, mid.
Had a
Probably
good,
no,
had a very good season in a Williams, but that's not good enough though.
Yeah.
I think he's better than. He could do a good job in a better mid.
If you compare it to George Russell's Williams stint, worse Williams,
Oh, way better.
Yeah, he has more in him, but you just can't
Yeah.
get him out of him in that car.
So I've put him in mid as well. Did I put him in mid? Let me double check my list. Yeah, I put him in mid. Good point scoring positions for Williams. I mean, just quickly looking at his stats, he's full from the bottom, obviously, kind of discounting Nick de Vries. But he did what he needed to do in the Williams to make the Williams look a bit good. He did some good marketing for Williams, which basically good points are good marketing, which is good for sponsors for Williams.
Didn't he go?
I don't think he
didn't
did
he go the whole
forgettable.
season with a Red Bull helmet?
Yeah. Out there,
Why-
Red Bull
why-
helmet
why
and
was-
Mercedes badge.
Why was that? Is he sponsored by Red Bull? Because I know he's not
Yeah.
part of Red Bull still. Is that?
Yeah.
I think
He
it's
is, yeah.
Red Bull Thailand.
Oh, okay.
It's Red Bull
Still-
Thailand, I believe.
Yeah, technically part of it.
Okay.
We also
Right.
got to think about though, is if he wasn't ill at
Yeah.
Monza,
And
I think he would have got a good point score.
Yeah.
actually thinking about the bloke who came to Singapore, one of the
Nick de
hardest
Vries as
races
well.
on the track, after having appendicitis. Like, the guy he was on a
That's
ventilator.
I think that's going to top me into mid because I did actually forget about
Yeah.
that. So I think that's topping me into mid just on that case, but
Yeah.
still
Oh,
don't think
that's-
it was the best season he could have had.
So 3-1 in mid. Goes to mid. Right, okay, on the count of 3.
All I'm saying
Everybody say.
before we go on, because we need to rattle through these quite quickly because we're going to be.
Don't worry, we're going to churn through a couple here. You ready? On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Donkey.
Where's he going?
Donkey.
Donkey. There we go. Done with that one. Seb.
Yeah, but he likes Nutella though.
Masterclass.
I was like Nutella to masterclass. Let's go. Donkey. Okay, Sebastian Vettel. Let's do this. I think we've got enough time to rattle through these because we got through some of the big ones. To be fair, right.
Masterclass.
Yeah, same.
Masterclass. Okay, I put very good because I'm not clouded by copium. Yeah.
It was his last season. He done a very good season in the car that he had.
I'm so cringe. I was like, I'm not going to give it to him because. Hey.
He got better at the end of the season as well. And
what was Masterclass?
No, the racing he did on Daniel Ricciardo, he got the points to get them an extra bit of money for the next year. So he did have a good.
It was also the racing. The bit that put me into Masterclass was the racing he had against Kevin Magnussen in Osa.
Yes.
On the last lap, that put me into Masterclass. That was unbelievable.
Even Magnussen was like, that guy just nuked me. What the hell?
That's why,
awesome.
That's why he's a champion.
Yeah. But then he is also fighting a Haas.
Yeah, but still. That was
which you don't want to see him doing. So I'll chuck him in Masterclass. Right. Kevin Mag. Where we going?
Mid.
Yeah.
What is your name, Leo? Okay, we all just agreed with mid because we literally all put him in mid. So there he goes. Every single person put in there. I think to give some context, Bahrain amazing, Brazil unbelievable. Rest of the season nothing.
Brazil.
Yeah, you got to give him to it in Bahrain though. Bahrain was coming out. You're not driven in 2 years, brand new car, and you put it in like 6th or 7th.
Bahrain and Brazil really the only two I can remember him doing.
On the other hand of that, though, he done his first and best race of the season in like the first one they had, and then where was he for the last 22?
Which is incredibly reminiscent of his McLaren days. So, podium, and then did nothing. So mid indeed. Right, okay. Mick Schumacher, Leo.
Forgettable. I'm just not a fan.
Brian.
That was it.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be more. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah. He gets carried so much by his last name. He gets. If this was any like.
Clip that.
If this was any other rookie, then people would be calling for him to be out because it's Schumacher. People are now feeling sorry for him. I
personally put him in mid. He had.
Yeah, I would have gone mid as well.
Yeah, he had an okay season. He was still fighting for points every now and then, not all the time. He did do some stupid things throughout the season, but I mean,
but he was no better than K-Mag.
No, he's no better than K-Mag, and he is no better than K-Mag.
That's what I've
K-Mag
always
just
said.
had a couple of lucky races like usual. So I'd put him in mid, to be honest. In my personal opinion,
he's still a rookie because 2 years into the sport, it's probably not enough time to get yourself handled round.
Especially
a rubbish car.
Especially when the car that he drove was basically a Formula 4 car last year.
Yeah.
I put Mick in forgettable. I like Mick. I think Leo knows this. I bang on about it all the time. I actually made a bet beginning of the year.
Didn't win a race though, did he?
Schumacher to win a race randomly because but unfortunately Verstappen won all of them, so it didn't come to pass. So I put him in forgettable mainly.
2-2 now though. We got to flip the coin again.
I'm just going to see if I can change an opinion from mid. My main reason for him forgettable is he made stupid mistakes. He was racing Latifi on a lot of occasions. He cost the team a lot of money. When he needed to really show what he had, he bottled it. And when your teammate is in P1 on qualifying and you are literally in 20th, it's not a good look. And he needed to basically qualify pole, win a race to keep in that seat. Like there was, or maybe a podium would have been fine. But yeah, that's why. So anyone change their mind from mid? Consider I like Mick Schumacher.
I'm staying with mid because I'm factoring the case that he's been there for 2 years, but they've also changed the car completely, so he's in a new car basically. So
okay,
you can say that for all of them technically.
Yeah, I mean Magnussen didn't even drive a car for 2 years, and we're putting him in mid as well. Is he on the same caliber as Magnussen?
No.
This year, that is.
They both deserve to be in mid, in my opinion. Both
Yeah,
have
yeah.
So,
They're not great.
tails,
They're not great.
mid, forgettable, heads. One click. So I don't cheat. Hands are away. Tails, mid.
Where are
So
your
he
toes?
goes to mid. Tails never fails, mate. Right, Esteban Ocon, Leo. I'll put him there, all ready for you. There you go.
Yep. That's exactly where I got him.
Yes, Leo.
That's exactly where I got him. He beat two-time world champion in equal machinery.
Oh.
That's all I've got to say. He had a good season. I think he had a very good season. So I put him in very good.
Brian boy.
I personally don't have much to say on him. Didn't really watch him. Didn't really follow him. Didn't really pay attention to him. So forgettable for me.
Violation.
Forget it. I absolutely slaughtered Esteban Ocon. Oh my
How many
goodness.
times? Can I just comment? How many times has Ryan said forgettable so far? Like all of them.
No,
Did you watch any races?
like 3 of them. I've said forgettable. I mean, how many times did you
Yeah, one of
disagree
them
last
was
week?
live.
No.
Right. Josh, what do you reckon? Esteban.
Same as Leo. Very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good.
good.
Very, very good for me as well. I think very good. Taking away personalities, Alonso I rated exactly
No,
the
we're
same as
doing
Ocon.
personality. You have to have a personality. People talk about James Hunt. They talk about the driver and his tactics in bed. Come on, it's both.
He knew his way around a bottle, did that
Cannot
man.
go one without the other.
So I was basically saying I rated Esteban and Alonso identical, pretty much. Right. Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc.
Nobody asked though. Did you see that?
Very good, very good, very good. Leo, what do you reckon with Charles?
I put him top because of his qualifying record. Like,
Masterclass.
he's got 9 poles,
Yeah.
which I think in that Ferrari. I think the Ferrari was a good car, but his 1 lap pace was amazing. Just a shame he couldn't do it in the races, but yeah.
I
Very
would,
true.
I would agree with Leo, to be fair.
Masterclass for Josh as well. Ryan,
Yeah.
Forgettable?
I mean, the only thing that
Yeah.
like, tipped me back down to very good.
go on, Josh. What you were saying, mate?
No, I was going to say the only thing that like tipping down to very good was that he had quite a few like large mistakes. Like if you forget about the Ferrari ones, the team ones, he had a few like dramatic ones.
Yeah.
But for the first 5 or 6 races of the season, we did actually like the whole world believed it was going to be between Max and Charles. So yeah, and like you said,
Yeah.
that thing is unreal.
Yeah, true. I put him in masterclass as well. Same thing as Leo. Ridiculous qualifying. I personally think the fastest guy won that pace on the grid at the moment. A car that he's comfortable with, I reckon he'll be like a Red Bull Seb, where he'll literally just be untouchable when he's under control of it. So I put him in masterclass as well. Couple of mistakes, but honestly, he still finished P2 in the championship. Their mistakes didn't ultimately. His mistakes alone still lost him the didn't win in the championship if he didn't make them. So, yeah, masterclass. And Ryan said masterclass as well, didn't you? Of course, classic.
Who are we
Classic
talking about?
Ryan.
I was trying to sort my camera out, but it's broken, so I've just turned it off.
Oh god. Go on, then. Leclerc, where are you putting him, Ryan?
Yeah, I'd say masterclass season 230.
Okay. Right.
I'm showing that Ferrari bottled it.
Yep, they did indeed bottle it. You wait. Next week we might do a team one of these, so that'll be a good laugh.
I think we should. That'd be good fun.
Yeah, my camera's gone, so.
Yeah, I can see your camera is definitely gone. Yuki Tsunoda. Leo, where'd you put him?
Forgettable.
Forget
And I mean, that's probably being nice as well.
Wait, Yuki raced this season?
Exactly.
Literally correct.
Yeah, you just didn't hear about him at all.
No.
And when you did, he was swearing. So
Yeah, he's screaming down the mic. It's a 12-year-old on Xbox Live. Literally.
yeah, no, forgettable.
Josh, where'd you put him?
Donkey, mate.
Donkey. That's what I've put him a donkey as well. Ryan, what about you?
Donkey.
Ryan, are you typing?
Yep.
I think everybody can hear.
Well,
Everyone
blame
can
Josh,
hear
he's
that.
asking me questions.
Do that quiet typing. Ryan, where'd you put Sonoda? Donkey.
Yeah, donkey. Yeah.
Donkey. Yeah, I put him there as well. Big triple donkey. I think Leo was just being nice to him, but
I think I'm being nice, yeah.
Right. So Lance Stroll.
Masterclass, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say up there with Sebastian Vettel. You know, out-qualified Seb on occasions in the same machinery. 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. So definitely a masterclass. Moving on. Right, come on. Where we're going to put him?
I've actually gone forgettable again.
Yeah.
You could argue mid, but I just don't know. When second half of the season,
Lance Stroll mid. You cannot put Lance Stroll mid.
But you can. I do think he's slightly underrated. I do think so, but I've gone forgettable generally because Vettel just second half of the season. Vettel actually showed that car had pace, and Lance Stroll kind of didn't. So
no, true. I think. Where did Lance Stroll finish on the points? Lance finished on 18. Seb finished on 37. So,
God, double the points.
Yeah,
I didn't
significant.
Think no.
Josh, what do you reckon? So, Leo is going forgettable, I think you said.
Lance Stroll's this year.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, the kid's a donkey.
Yeah,
Lance Stroll, donkey. I wouldn't say he had a donkey season, though.
He had a couple
Apart
of
from
good races
his-
here and there.
Apart from Australia.
So many. The only things I remember about Lance Stroll was when he had a crash in Australia with Latifi. He tried to kill Seb in Brazil. He just criticises his team, which his dad owns, all the time live on TV. Like
That's a bit cringe.
It would be a mid season. I would only put it there if we're talking about 2 or 3 years ago when he put it on the podium in Turkey, I think it was. But outside of that, no.
Stroll on pole, mate. Do you remember Stroll on pole? The most memed thing back in COVID days.
I'm sitting here right now trying to think of a race that he's been in that I can remember, and I can't. To be honest.
So would you say forgettable or donkey?
I'd put it either in forgettable. Because
I just
can't remember his season at all.
Exactly the same. I've gone forgettable as well.
So
A few times he out-qualified Seb. I don't think he really out-raced him at all.
He out-qualified him and then just fell off in the race.
But let's be fair though, Seb was. I got the feeling with Seb, like in the start of the season, he was building up to his retirement and almost like took his foot off the gas because he didn't want to have maybe an accident which would leave him, paralysed or not being able to function after racing. So
true.
I think there's a bit of that involved. But Lance Stroll, I think the sport could do being without him, but he needs his dad there to have a team. So
yeah, if Lawrence wasn't there, Lance wouldn't be basically.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to say forgettable. I think because he's still a good driver. He's not like a Latifi, where he's just nowhere at all.
He has his moments and he has his races, but just this season I can't remember anything about it. So that's the only reason I've gone forgettable. I just can't remember his season.
Right, I'm going to slap this one for me immediately here. So Daniel Ricciardo, donkey, absolute donkey. I think we probably all agree. Yeah.
Our girlfriends will be kicking off though because they love Daniel Ricciardo.
And DR3 Twitter, mate.
He's so handsome, he's funny.
Donkey, move on.
Do you want to see something nuts? You ready for this? Lando Norris, 122 points. All right. Daniel Ricciardo, 37.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
That is
terrible.
Horrid.
That's
career ending,
terrible.
clearly.
Yep.
Right. Valtteri Bottas.
Mid.
Yeah, mid. Classic
okay.
Bottas.
Yeah, could do better. Typical number 2 driver.
Yeah. I mean, number 1 in Alfa Romeo, but it's definitely not. Zhou comes in.
But
I'm number 1 here, kid.
No, I'm meaning as a case of like he's a good driver, but he can't exceed. Yeah, he's still a number 2 driver. He can't exceed that and go for championships or podiums.
Okay, this next one I've been dreading.
Didn't they?
Yeah, for about 2 races.
Yeah, I've been dreading this. Okay, Max Verstappen. I'm going to get mine out of the way immediately.
Is there any point?
Biggest fucking donkey on the grid.
It's either masterclass or it's donkey. Personality, it's donkey, but I mean, 16 wins in a season, untouchable.
No, the season you can't deny him. He has had an
he's there. As much as it annoys us,
yeah.
he's
had an unbelievable
ridiculous.
season. I can't really fault him other than the
16.
fact that he's got 454 points. He's had a fair few wins. That's all we need to know.
15, yeah, that's it. 15.
The only bits I can fault him on is just his attitude towards driving. He's such a dirty driver still.
Dirty driver, rude driver, no team play. Yeah, all the standards.
Literally Brazil. You could just go back to Brazil.
Watch the Brazil racing
every year.
What we mean.
Basically every year. Yeah. Tries to fight blue back markers.
Literally every year at Brazil.
Yeah. Oh dear, Josh is gone.
Yeah. The anger.
I'm not even going to vote, and I probably will get hate for that, but I'm not going to vote.
Yeah, I mean,
she's cancelled already.
No, he does deserve a masterclass. To be fair, though, no, he does deserve a masterclass. It's annoying, but he does. I said it in the halfway through the season. I think we just got to accept the fact he's quite good at racing, but he's just a bit of a shit human being.
He's good at racing by himself. Put another car in the mix. No good.
If you like I said, everyone always says get rid of his dad, get rid of Marco, get rid of Horner, and he's probably all right. I think that we were saying earlier, weren't we, Leo? I think that is a toxicity bubble that just spirals.
But I still feel like the driver is the driver.
Just quickly though, when you say get rid of Marco and Horner, do you mean get them out of the sport or just get them out of Max's career?
Get them out of Max involvement. I think that's
out of the spotlight. Because if you look at Vettel, when Vettel was in Red Bull, he was hated, badly hated. Leaves Red Bull and look. I think it's Red Bull's very Red
Bull is just a toxic group.
Yeah.
To be involved in.
Ricciardo's the only person to not get hate whilst at Red Bull. Albon did, Gasly did, Verstappen does. Apart from the Aussies, basically.
Well, he's back there now. Yeah. And Josh, what did you say the other day to me? What was the
my prediction, which I can put on live now, is that Ricciardo, this is a steaming hot take, by the way, one of the hottest you'll find.
Oh, there's no.
But I believe Ricciardo is going to be in that seat before the season begins. I think Red Bull and Perez and Max are going to have such a big Perez dialogue. Perez will be out and Ricciardo in.
Such a long throw and a shot in the dark at that. But I'm going to go with the fact that it's going to be a couple of races. They're going to realise that Sergio's not playing the team and Max isn't playing the team. They're clashing heads and they're going to switch the drivers about.
Switch them around for two blokes that clashed and didn't do team play again. Austria 2018, isn't it?
It's typical Red Bull. They'd always get a toxic driver with another toxic driver.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they'll make them that way.
So, Verstappen, masterclass. Pain. And moving on. Sergio Perez.
Mid.
I think he had a very good season, to be honest.
I generally think
very harsh.
A very good season.
He had clearly the best car on the grid and finished third. I don't think you can blame Verstappen for that for Brazil. I generally think you blame him.
I think you're Verstappen there, mate.
I think I'd blame Verstappen for that, considering the team orders were given and Verstappen just didn't listen. So I'm firmly going to blame Verstappen for Brazil.
Interesting.
And don't forget, do you remember when Perez said after the Monaco Grand Prix, my car has something's changed? And it's like they pivoted back to Max because Max's dad were in Red Bull's ear.
Yeah, it was like Mazepin asking for a new set chassis.
My son the best strategy. Okay.
Yeah. Idiot. I personally think he had a good season.
I think he had a good season. I'm looking at the points now that he didn't finish that far off Leclerc. Leclerc had an absolute steamer to start with. I mean,
how many points did he finish off Verstappen?
What?
200,
I mean, it's probably quite a fair amount.
Sergio Perez is on 305 and Verstappen's on 454.
Yeah, I think that's all you need to know.
Yeah, but you're looking at Verstappen, who is...
I mean, Verstappen romped everybody, to be fair. If Verstappen wasn't in this championship, it'd be pretty close, basically.
I can see why very good, but I mean...
I said very good for him.
If you look at his previous seasons and look at this one, compared to that, he has had a very good season. So
yeah, I think.
And he had a very good season for Red Bull. They nearly got second, but Red Bull as a team got second place for Checo, but his teammate decided to ruin it for him.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the fact they're very good. it's a very memorable season in my eyes, and I think
some proper good highlights when he got absolutely pissed up on the boat in Monaco after his win, and that video surfaced. Excellent, proper celebrating on that Mexican water, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah, I'm sticking with very good.
Collar Science, smooth operator. Collar Science. Where are we putting him?
Masterclass.
Leo, don't you dare say masterclass. Oh,
Leo, here we go. Wow, embarrassing.
He's like,
Sergio didn't really do anything against Verstappen.
and then puts Science above.
Carlos, Carlos Sainz, the most forgettable racer in the world.
Yeah. Wow. I'm bouncing between mid and forgettable. I can't really decide at the minute.
Do you know what?
Only reason I go mid is because he did have a fair few good races. But other than that, I don't really know. So
yeah, I actually had him as very good, and then as we brought him up, I suddenly realised his beginning of the season was so bad. It was disaster class, exactly. It was the absolute... Remember in Australia when he literally looked like he was on the F1 game trying to catch up with 0% AI? I was like, he was overtaking everybody and just threw it into a wall, basically. Like, what is he doing? And then obviously the Ferrari'd a lot, but he drove pretty poorly at the beginning of the season, and then halfway through picked it up. We were actually at, apart from Leo Cuck, we were actually at Silverstone to watch Science's first win. So we were actually there to watch his first win. We got videos of it really close. We were by the podium, all that sort of stuff. So that was cool. But again,
do you know what? I actually, when you said very good, I was thinking he was very good, and on my tier list, I also said the same. But now you've explained all that, and I remember, because I was probably there, getting like their bias. He did have quite a mid-season, and the joke is running about him being completely forgettable,
and it still is. Let's chuck him on mid. Let's put him. I'm going to put him at a higher level of mid. To be fair, put him there. Yeah. Right. George Russell, my PM.
Favourite, George Russell,
my goat.
He is my goat. I love George Russell.
Wait, just quickly. Did he beat this year 7-time world champion Sir Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery?
He did indeed.
Quite a big gap.
He also beat the GOAT Tiffy twice, 2 seasons in a row. Stomped GOAT Tiffy. So that's also
that should put him in masterclass there.
Yeah. So what do you reckon, Leo?
Masterclass.
Josh?
Very good season.
Very good, but not masterclass.
Rat Boy?
Yeah, very good. Not masterclass at all. He had a very good start. Bit dropped off
I put him
randomly
in
somewhere, hitting cars and that. But
yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. He had a.
Oh yeah, no, fair point.
He just randomly dropped off and started crashing into everyone. I don't really know what happened there.
Meme for himself where he's crashing into everybody.
Yeah.
At one point, and I was thinking, there is definitely something going wrong with this kid now.
Yeah, so I'm putting him very good for that reason. If he cleaned that up, it'd be a masterclass season. But I'd put very good for that reason.
Actually very good.
He's taking topless photos. He's got to put him in very good because the masterclass stuff being having topless photos is not a look.
No.
I put him in masterclass, but I think the middle of the season for him is what kind of takes it down. But I also look at, if I'm going to rate on the same as Leclerc having bad problems, Max Verstappen having bad problems, Russell comes into Mercedes, which is not just Mercedes, that's Lewis Hamilton's team. You don't just rock up and beat Lewis Hamilton in the same machinery. The only people to do it are world champions. You know, Nico Rosberg, who beat... Nico Rosberg, not the 7 times world champion, but the 1 times world champion that beat the 7 times world champion in the same machine.
He might as well be 7 times world champion.
Yeah. But yeah, you think then the other person's Jenson Button.
The same Nico Rosberg that beat Michael Schumacher, wasn't it?
That was the same one. Yeah, Michael Schumacher is also a 7-time world champion that Nico Rosberg also beat in the same machinery. Very impressive.
1 time beat 2 world 7 times.
Yeah, like we said, 14-time world champion beater. Easy. Only guy to do it. Goated. But yeah, so I think George Russell comes into Mercedes. You know, he comes in there, and everyone's thinking he's either going to get absolutely trounced. The form Lewis was on last year, he's going to get slaughtered. And he immediately is quicker than Lewis. Lewis takes ages to get to the car. Lewis finally gets to the car. They're super close in qualifying and racing. They have multiple occasions where they go wheel to wheel, him and Lewis, and race brilliantly. George had a lot of scuffles with other drivers. Some of them, the science one, I look at a little bit, it is George's fault. But when you actually look back at the video, I'm going to get hate for this, but when you actually look back at the video, what else was he supposed to really do? Really look at it like objectively. I think where was he going to go? The Magnussen one, I think, is a bit weird because George wasn't even in that race. Go on.
How long has your dialogue been about George Russell?
I wrote this down. I'm reading off of a script right now. You wait until I get to the start of his car.
I'm not surprised though, because in Silverstone we did have to basically run to the stage to see George Russell.
Oh, he's my guy. I support George Russell. You know, I support him big time. I think he's my prime minister, straight to the top. There he goes. Into the top of the tier list.
So 3 out of 4 said very good, but because Josh is ruling this, it's been masterclass.
Yeah, my tier list.
Have you not seen Red Bull heavy Ryan on Top Gear? That just happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it just happens. I'll get
if we're putting Alonso in donkey generally, then I'm putting Russell in masterclass and Verstappen and Figel.
I'll accept it. I mean, he's British, I'll take it. If we were Dutch TV, Max would be like above masterclass called Ghost, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd have Max in the top 4.
Josh would have got the scissor lift out.
Everybody else in donkey.
And gone up onto the raftings.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, but I think ultimately, take away my bias. Very good. Not masterclass. Yeah. Now, I'm going to chuck this one straight where I actually generally believe it. Lando Norris, masterclass. Just put it out there. I'm just going to put it out there. And I'm going to let you sit here and moan at me, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I want to agree with you.
I'm just astonished by that decision.
You know, I would agree with you, but that Call of Duty advert just knocks him down.
Oh, the Call of Duty advert's so bad.
I want to agree with you. But...
Okay, minus the Call of Duty advert.
Again, I want to agree with you.
Because he said that Lewis had that as well, so...
But Lewis's was good.
I mean...
Yeah, but that's what happens when you get bad money.
Yeah. Right, go on. So, I say masterclass. Everybody else tell me why it's not. Or are you stuck between
I just think he had a very good season. A masterclass isn't what he had. I mean, if he wasn't ill like 12 times this year, he might have got a masterclass season. I get that he's had like quite good races whilst being ill, but don't get ill in the first place. Stop eating food that makes you ill. Have some vitamin D to stop getting ill before a race weekend. Like, what's going on? Stop creating Instagram accounts about taking photos. No one cares taking photos of yourself.
You're jaded because you like photography.
No one cares.
And he has more followers than you.
And stop DJing as well because no one cares.
Yeah, I genuinely think his focus just is elsewhere. Like,
imagine if his focus was fully on F1 though.
If it was fully on F1, he'd be unreal.
He'd be like Max.
Unreal.
Yeah. And I think maybe
I've always said that's my issue with Lando. He doesn't focus enough on the racing.
He's too immature.
He would probably be like Max.
Then he binned his girlfriend off, didn't he? So
he doesn't have that.
And he binned off Jersey. Oh,
bad one.
I'd say very good season. So.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say masterclass.
The only reason I was dropping him into masterclass is because he's the only guy that got a podium this year that wasn't in the top 3. He was always finishing high up, apart from the very early season when McLaren. It wasn't Lando. McLaren were just nowhere.
He finished in the podium in Imola when DRS wasn't, turned on for literally like 90% of the race and no one can overtake.
Yeah, that was such a bad race. Oh,
yeah, I think I fell asleep during that race.
That set a precedent. Wait, didn't we all watch it when we were in your house, Ryan?
Your house,
or we were at my house? Something happened. No,
I think we were all at my house and we were just awful because we were all shouting at the TV while I'm turning DRS on.
Oh, it was so painful, wasn't it? It was so painful.
Might as well have been asleep. Awful. Terrible.
So, should we drop him down to very good? But I'd put him like high, very good. I'd probably put him up with George. Probably before.
He had a very good season. Lando, stop DJing, stop taking photos.
You're jaded. You're jaded.
Honestly,
come on.
Stop taking all the hobbies that I have and being better at them because you're rich.
He'll be a web designer next, mate. You watch.
Stop! Don't start.
If he comes out and starts giving SEO lessons, he'll be fuming. Okay, that's the list. How's it?
No, there's one more person there, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, sorry. Let's add...
Hülkenberg.
Nicole Hülkenberg.
Forgettable. Wait, hold on. Let's just put the two most midfield drivers to exist together. That team is going to be so garbage. Haas is going to be so dead. Mark my words. Watch them be like champion team now.
The worst team, so.
They're going to... Magnussen and Hülkenberg, the most unexcitable two sentences you can say in a team. Haas, Magnussen, Malkenberg. Who's that? Hülkenberg.
Malkenberg.
Malkenberg. There we go. That is the tier list. How would you say that's accurate?
I mean, except for Lonzo, technically.
Right, that's accurate.
No, not very good. Not very good.
All right, okay, put him as far up as mid. Just put him in mid.
Like low mid. Low mid, there you go. Right, let's put the Spaniards together.
I'd say that is a quite accurate one to use.
With a couple of coin flips, I think, yeah, I reckon that's probably as accurate as we're going to get. I think Seb only gets it because he's retiring, but he did have a very good season. I think Seb, just quick a realistic one. I think that is what... I think realistically, that's probably actually kind of correct.
Yeah. I mean...
Like that.
I wouldn't change anything in that list on that.
Should we just, for the listeners who are listening on like Spotify and Apple
I was going to run it down.
Josh. Yeah, if we just list off who they are in what positions, as we put them, not how you want them, that might help people.
So do you want me to move Alonso and Seb back? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
So, for every audio listener, because this is...
Yeah, let me just move them to where I want them.
Let me just take this
George
democracy and make it a dictation.
There. My Tory, Russell.
Oh, I didn't plug the Russell there. Yeah,
So I'm trying. Right, so masterclass, we have Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, and Sebastian Vettel. In a very good category, had a very good season. George Russell, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, Esteban Ocon, and Sergio Perez. Mid-season, we have Alex Albon, Valtteri Bottas, Kevin Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, and Carlos Sainz. Forgettable season, Pierre Gasly, Guan Yu Zhou, Guan Yu. Who's this? Oh my god, I don't think his name is that forgettable. That's actually not a meme. Lance Stroll. Goodness me. Lance Stroll. His picture looks really booky there. I don't know what's up with his face there. So Lance Stroll, Nico Hülkenberg, because he was only in 2. And then donkey category, we've got Fernando Alonso, Daniel Ricciardo, Nicholas Latifi, and Yuki Tsunoda. And that is the tier list.
Because he's not on this picture, tier maker.
You want Nick De Vries in there?
For whatever reason. Nick De Vries. Yeah. Where would we put Nick De Vries? On that one race? I'd probably say very good.
For one lap, yeah. One race, sorry. Yeah, very good. Qualified. Went into Q3 or Q2? Did he just get knocked out in Q2?
Q3, yeah.
Q3.
It
was Q3, yeah. Q3, first go in a Williams. I mean, its only attribute was straight line speed, and it was at Monza. But, yeah, I think a very good performance to be chucked in. And now he's in AlphaTauri next year.
A big P20. So on that day. So.
Latifi, yeah, that was a good one from old Lap Boy. Latifi did a very, very good job there.
That's like Nutella, though.
Yeah, no, that was a nice one. Right, so that is the tier list. That is it completed. If anybody wants to make any comments or I don't know if you can comment on things. Yeah, we are not going to pay any attention to your opinions. We're only going to listen to ours because we're the podcast people. And that's it. That's it. Final. But yeah, put some comments down and see who you think would be in different categories if you agree with some of them. There's no way Alonso is in donkey, and I'm still jaded about it, but that's fine.
No, he's a donkey.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tier list.
I'll live with the space.
How did you find the tier list, guys? Good. Enjoy the tier list today. Enjoy that.
Yeah, it was alright.
Good.
Was good.
Yeah.
I think it's a good end.
I thought we were doing questions and answers, by the way.
Well, hold on a minute. We're not quite there yet. because I'm not ending off the
relax.
podcast. I'm just asking if you enjoy the tier list, which you all did. It's now time for stupid questions. Yeah, the jingle begins. Right, okay. So, there it is. Wait, didn't I make a noise at the end of the last pod while we were like turning it off,
just do what
and we didn't
Ryan
actually
does.
cut it from the thing? On the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I will take questions. Keep a little tally for yourself. We've got. I'll ask one person each first, and then obviously whoever is closest. Let's go rounding up, probably again, maybe I don't know, or just closest to. First question coming in hot. How many from pole position victories does Max Verstappen have? Now turn off the stats if you're looking at them, because these are questions from the stats. Leo, how many victories from pole does Max Verstappen have this season?
6.
Josh?
4.
And Ryan?
7.
7. Okay. Correct answers. Oh, that's so... I just got nuked with my screen. Is 6. 6 pole wins from pole, basically. Very, very good.
Leo would do it.
Yeah, that's Leo because he's a massive
Flying
Max
up all
fan.
day, isn't he?
Yep. You should have seen him earlier on at work, mate. He was really, really going for it. Okay, here's a good one. How many podiums did Max Verstappen have this season? Leo, how many podiums did he have?
Podiums. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think I actually know this one, but I don't know.
Oh,
I think it's 20.
20 podiums. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. So you're saying he was on the podium because he only DNF'd twice. One in Bahrain, one in Australia. And he was on the podium for every other race but one.
I've actually bottled that, haven't I?
You've bought that big time.
Well, some context about the bottling. He is a Spurs fan.
Had to get it in.
Get it out early. Get it out. Look, Leo. Look, what's that flag there? See it?
What?
Champions Europe.
Ah!
Right. Josh, how many podiums Verstappen got?
18, I think.
18. Ryan?
I don't think it's that many. I think it's 16 or 17.
I can't take both of those. I'm gonna have to take one.
16.
16. Unfortunately, Ryan, you bottled it. He has 17
Wow,
podiums.
wow.
Josh was the closest.
No way.
That is Josh's point.
I know you said rounding up,
Ryan-
so technically I'm the closest.
No, I'm not rounding up. I'm just going to do the closest. It's nonsense. Okay, right. We're going to have a nice, good one here. This could be a fun one. How many front row starts does Charles Leclerc have this season? How many front row starts, Leo?
12?
Josh?
13?
Brian? Say 14, I swear to God.
11?
Oh, you went the wrong one. I even tried to give it to you. It is 14.
No, yeah.
It is 14. I even tried to give it. That was fun. Right, so that is another point to Josh on that one. Got time for a couple more questions?
Silly boy.
I'm really bad at
How-
these stats because I just can't remember them.
Oh, this is a great one. I'm going to finish on one of these, actually, because this is really good. How many retirements did Yuki Tsunoda have this season?
Are we counting qualifying and practices?
Just DNFs in a race.
18. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't actually know.
18 DNFs.
I don't actually know.
18
I'm just going to say a number.
DNFs.
I don't know. I'm just going to say a number.
All right, Josh,
I've
how
said
many
my
DNFs?
number and I'm going to stick with it.
18. So
yeah.
Ryan is not getting a point.
No.
5?
No.
I think 5.
5 DNFs,
6.
I just didn't know.
and 6. Answer is 5. 5 DNFs this season. Josh takes a triple on the questions. Right.
It's a dribble.
I think
That
I should
is-
get that for Forest away.
The stupidest answer goes to Ryan. So that is it. That is the end. Finishing that, Josh wins that round. And then the tier list is done. Again, they're coming in strong with those. Next week is going to be either the team's tier list or another random tier list, or we might just be rapping randomly for an hour or so. So look forward to that one next week. Anything from any of you guys? Leo, again, thank you for joining for the first one. It's an absolute pleasure. You'll be here every other podcast, I believe. Ryan eating his chocolate into the mic during my lovely thank you thing as well. Brilliant. Did you enjoy it though, Leo? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Nice, good, fantastic. That's what we like. That's what we like. And Josh, Ryan, anything to add? Just throw it in there, throw it out. Leo, anything
really,
to add?
everything's covered.
Done it all. We've done it all. Alonso does not deserve to be in donkey, and Max Verstappen is a donkey. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening, wherever you're seeing it, hearing it, etc. The podcast. We have been BSDF1. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. We'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
100%. You nearly forgot the name there.
I literally stumbled
He was
the
like,
whole way through
see you
the
later,
name.
goodbye.
I was like,
What are we called again?